Yeah, now we are live, bro.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. This is Sujay Ram, and I'm the founder and CEO of Techrodai. And today's event is about how to start with Flutter. And here is Akshay from Bangalore, and he will explain about Flutter today. Let's get
Hello
started.
everyone. Hello everyone. Hope you are all doing great. Today let us see what is Flutter, how to get started with Flutter with basics of the Flutter. Let me share my screen and we'll get started. Well guys, Flutter is a UI toolkit developed by Google. Uh, Flutter is mainly used to develop cross-platform applications for iOS and Android. Now also the Flutter supports for web and desktop. It's still on beta. Well, what is Flutter? Why we have to use Flutter? Let us see. Flutter is mainly good at a fast development. We can do a fast iteration. We can. It is very easy. Flexible UI. The material design is very rich, and Flutter provides the native performance. Uh, the optimal way how the app runs. Well, let us see why we have covered this. Flutter is fast. It is open source. We developers can contribute to the Flutter projects. Also, it is very productive and it is known for a beautiful. Cool. You can think that why we need Flutter. Say like you're working in a company and you have a either of the app which is available on Android or iOS. Before, what to happen is you had to maintain a separate code for iOS and Android. And when the cross-platform development started, like Flutter React Native, then this burden was not at all required. By developing a single cross-platform application, we can reach both Android and iOS. It We can develop a app for both the platforms, and that's by this the cost and the maintenance will be very easier for the team. The same way, like if in your company or if you wish to develop and then you want to target both the iOS and Android fans, a platform, then you can go with Flutter. Well, you can think like how to start with Flutter. It's very easy to get started with Flutter. uh, Installation is very simple. You can uh, go to this their official website. Here you can see the requirements, download it, or you can clone it. And also you have to update the environment variables so that you will be able to run successfully run Flutter. To confirm with this, what you can do is you can open your terminal and type the Flutter Doctor command. What this does is this scans through your Flutter setup and will warn you if there is any warnings or any unfinished setup. If everything is done, then you should see something like this, very similar. Right now I'm on a stable channel. Flutter has a multiple channel. uh, One is Flutter stable, Flutter master, and Flutter beta. And also the version depends on the you know based different from the upgrades. Right now I'm on version 1.17. That's good. And to develop the Flutter apps, you need either of the one. Either either you have to have a VS Code or a Android Studio. Uh, I'll show you with the Android Studio. It's pretty much easy. And here you can see in an Android Studio IDE, you can click on configure and you should hit on plugins and you should type here Flutter. And if this is not installed, install it, because this plugin is has to be installed to uh, use a Flutter on Android Studio. Well, we have seen like what is Flutter, why Flutter, how to install Flutter. Without a delay, let us see how to create a project on a Flutter and run it. Cool. Well, here you can also see it's pretty much simple. Here there is an option start a new Flutter project. Here you have options for plugin a package. We'll come to this later. But here by default the Flutter application is selected. Click on next. Here you should name give a name for your project name. You can see here there is a constraint for giving a name that the name should be in a lower case separated by the underscore. You cannot use a capital alphabets for this. I'll name it as demo app. And project project location is something where you want the project to be stored. Cool. Once click on next, and this is the package name. This is the default package which is available, which is default given. If you have a company domain, then you should replace this with your company domain or package name. Also here the for the platform language, you know uh, it shows the option either you can have a Kotlin support or a Java support. For now, let this be unchecked. If this is unchecked, then the default supported language for the native Android is Java. Once click on finish, you can see the projects get created. Yes, here you can see we have our projects ready. Uh, Let me run it and show you so that you will get a better hang of before jumping into directly to the code. Right now what we did, we installed the plugin for an Android Studio, then we created a project, and now we are on a default project, which is default code which is available when the new project is created, and I just hit on run. So let us see. uh, let us wait till the build get completed. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you can ask regarding Flutter. Here you can see now the app is built and it is installing. Yes. You can see the default uh, page that Flutter provides a screen when the new project is created. This is very much simple. uh, there is a text at a center. Here we have a app bar. Also we have a button. If I click on button, it is it increments. So let us decode like what is there here. Well, the Flutter hierarchy is uh, expressive. uh, you can see that the root widget, the root in Flutter everything is a widget. I'll come to this. And the root the app starts with the main method, and the root widget for the app is the material app. Here we can specify the uh, a data, a light theme or a dark theme. Also also it has a many options available regarding the theme of the app. We can control click on theme data, and then we can see all the available options here. And here for the home parameter, we have one more widget. It's a stateful. I'll tell about the stateful. And when we come here, you can see here we have a app bar. App bar is a widget here, and then we have a two text widgets to show the text as which you are seeing here, and the button at top, button at bottom. And once you tap on it, we are incrementing the counter. Very simple, right? Let's get rid of all the code and we'll start creating our own widgets. First, we'll be importing the material.dart. This is the uh, material SDK provided by the Flutter to create a widgets. To create a widgets, and this is responsible for having a good material UI design. Uh, Basically, also for iOS icons and all, we can use a Cupertino package. The icons, the uh, icons icons and the what to say experience which iOS uh, apps have, you can get that using the Cupertino package. And I'm writing void main here. This is the main method, like in any other language. uh, like for in Flutter we have public static void main. The same, I mean, in the Java we have public static void main, and here we have a void main. And here run app, and here we'll be having the material app. Oops, sorry. And here I can give the title for the app demo. Also, you can see there is a debug batch. We can get rid of this by telling debug check mode to false. And for a home widget, let me create a one more widget for my app, and this is a stateless widget. Uh, Before continuing, let me explain you the difference. What are these stateless and stateful widgets? In Flutter we have two kinds of widgets. One is a stateless and other is a stateful. uh, a stateless widget means like it's a static. You can think of it as a static. For example, you can think of a chair where you either you sit or not. If you are not sitting, a chair remains chair. It's a stateless. And a stateful is which changes its state from one form to the other. For example, here, for example, we had this widget, we had this screen as a stateful widget. Once you tap on the button, it used to increment the count. You could see the change. That's the difference between the stateful and the stateless widget. Let me name this as my app. And for here, uh, we should return the scaffold as a main should return scaffold as a main widget, because this scaffold comprises all the widgets which you can see on the screen. The app bar, body, and the bottom section. That is called as a scaffold. Here, let us have a app bar, and app bar is a widget, so we can directly type as app bar. And uh, app bar as a parameter for a title, and this accepts a widget, and this is text widget. So it's pretty much simple. We can call it as Flutter first app. And this also has a many option. For example, this has a leading, this has a actions to have a buttons on the app bar. Also, it has a background color, a brightness, and also there is one option called center tile. If it is true, then the title will be at a center of the screen. And oops, I passed as a my apps as a home. Let me click on re- oh well. Let me pass body as center, and let us have a text widget called hello. Oh well, there was a glitch. I restarted the app, and here you can see that we have a text, and we have a text at the center of the screen, hello, and the app bar, which is Flutter first app. And you know what makes a Flutter very unique and famous is it has a hot reload and a hot restart. What reload does is, if you are in a center of debugging and if you want to see the visual change, that can be a small change or a big change, you can just click on control save on Android Studio, or if you are running from the command prompt, you can click on control R. What that does is it updates the code instantly. Let me show you. Let me change the text to how are you, and let me give some styles to make it bold or italic, increasing the font size and all. What we can do is, we can there is a option called text style over here, and here you can see font size. Let me give it to 30, and font weight to font weight dot bold. And to see the change, I hit on Control S, and you can see the change here. Hello, how are you? Well, this you got to know, right? The like the you got to know what is a stateless and a stateful, and also we saw hot reload and hot restart. Now let us see. Let us have a let us build an UI where we can see the multiple widgets that provides more flexibility to the developer, where a developer need not to write a widget from scratch. Well, as we can, we'll see the most basic UIs what it comprises of. Here you can see that uh, everything is a widget, and this is the WhatsApp screen, regular WhatsApp chat screen which we have. And here you can see this is the app bar, and this is a toolbar where we can swipe for different tabs. And we have a list here, a chat list, and we can see that if you tap on each chat, it routes to the chat page. We'll develop this uh, in this demo. We'll see what, like it's very much easy to develop a chat UI like this, and we'll see how to develop a UI with a list view. Abor we already saw, and once clicking on the you know widget list style, it routes to the different page. Okay. Let's get started. As according to this UI, what we need is, first we need a app bar, then we'll be having a chat list. It will be the list view where it will be having a number of chats, and tapping on one chat tile takes to a new page. We'll see how to develop it. Let me name this as WhatsApp. Good. And here, instead of body, what we need is a list view. The easy way to get the list view is, there is a widget called listview.builder. We'll see what is this listview.builder is. A list view dot builder has these many options, where we can specify the scroll direction. That is, either we can have a vertical scroll or a horizontal scroll, and it has also a scroll controller where which gives you a flexibility of doing animations with your list view. Also, here we have a item builder. This is what we use to build a chat list, and also we can specify the item count, the number of uh, chat tiles or the list tiles you want in a particular list view. We all we need is item builder and the item count. So let's go ahead. Item count, let's say we have a 10 chats, and item builder takes uh, two. We will be passing a two uh, parameters here. One is build context. This is the context of the app which is used by the list tile. We use it to build a list tile inside it, and the index. And here, to now we added a list view. For a list tile, what we'll be using is, it's very much same. It is a tile, we'll be using a list tile. And what list, the parameters available in the list tile is, we can see that we have a leading. We can show the DP, or a circular DP, or a rectangular DP, or that can be a image icon, whatever it is. We have a title, subtitle. Also we have a trailing comes at the rightmost of the uh, a list style. So also we have a option called on tap, which we will be using now to route it to the different page. Also there is an option for on long press. You can use it to, if you want to delete it anything, you can use the long press, like how we use on WhatsApp. You can long press and you can hit on delete. Well, let me use a leading, and let me use a icon for now. And here the beauty is, we have a preset of material icons provided inbuilt by the Flutter. Here you can see there are many icons available. Let me use a person for now, and let us give a title. And you, as you know, like, we use text to give a title. I can say person, and to have a index printed with the person, like, we'll be using a dollar and index. And The same we can use for subtitle, and we can say hey for now. So what we did, we added a leading, we added a title, we added a subtitle. Let us save. Here you can see there is a list now with a title and the subtitle. Also, if you won't specify the item count, this will be indefinite set of list tiles. This is the infinite list, which you can see as I scroll. It keeps on scrolling. This is uh, there is no mandatory restriction that we should provide a item count to the list view. Also, what we'll do now, on tap, let us print what at what tile the person has typed. It's simple. We'll have a print statement, and we'll see item click was. I can print index. Cool. You can see that now item click. You can see the logs here. You can see item click was 0 2. We are ready that now what we can do, we can route it to the next page when it is tapped. To create a new page, what we can do is we can create a new file at lib folder or another page, and we'll import material here, and we'll display a simple hello person at a center. We'll have a stateless. We can have another page, and here we can have a scaffold and body at center. What will display is we'll display an image. Like we can show like it's pretty much to have a image, and here we can we have a multiple option that we can display the image through the URL. We'll use a network image, or we can store the image in a folder assets and uh, show it. Also we can show it from file. For now we'll use network image, and for network image let me browse some random image here, and we can have this. And for a source you can provide it, and we'll see how it shows. Well, we have created another page. What we'll do, to route to the next page, here in Flutter we will be using a navigator. Navigator provides us an option to switch to the different pages and back. What we'll use is navigator dot push, and this need a context, and we need to specify the route, and the route will be material page route. And material page route as a builder parameter, here you can just have, you can pass another page, and you have to import it. Well, this is done. I hit on person. You can see, okay, the URL is invalid. Let me get some other image, and let me give it here. Guys, pardon, just a minute. Uh, my Android Studio is not working. Mm. Sorry, guys, there was a glitch. Let me start sharing again. I'm rebuilding an app. and it's installing. We'll see. On top of it, it should open the image. Well, our app is here, and when you tap, uh, okay, there is an error with the image. Let me get another image. Let me copy the image address and confirm. Okay, let's try with this. Yes, you can see. If you tap on the image, it will take you to the new screen where you are seeing an image being displayed. It is very simple that like there is no need of you having a separate task running to fetch the image, compress it and then display. With a single widget called image.network, you can load the image. So far we have seen that we covered how to show the list view, how to have a app bar, and uh, a text and routing back and forth. So what we'll do next is, let me share a few resources where you can get started with Flutter for by the uh, to get started with Flutter by developing a real time apps in a very few weeks, and also with the different levels. I would suggest you to go through the Udacity course of Flutter. Uh, y- you can use this link. I'll provide you the link. Also, you can, for any doubts, you can go through flutter.dev. Here, uh, the beauty of this website is like you have everything related to the widgets, cookbooks, samples, and everything which you want related to the Flutter, you have here. See, from the basics, this is what I said for the Cupertino or iOS style widgets, for icons, for animations, to have a sync. It comes when you're dealing with the networks. For a layout, everything you have here. For example, you can go to layout, and here you have different widgets for the layout. For here you can see align aspect ratio, a container is here. Also, there are many widgets available. And now you may have a doubt that, okay, fine, how to have a multiple widgets shown. Well, we can use for we can use an column and row here to have a widget shown from top to bottom, from right to left. Let me show it here. It's very simple. We'll use this image and we'll have a two such at top and bottom. You can have it like you can have it by wrapping it with a widget called, okay, we'll do this. Here you can see there is already option available to you to wrap it with a column, and column takes a parameter. It accepts a list of widgets. It's a list of widgets. You can have as many you can. Let me copy it and save it. See, you got three such images, and also you have an option to center the widgets, that is called main axis alignment. And you can have main axis alignment dot center. This centers the widget. Also you can hit on end, and it will start from end, that's the bottom of the screen, or the default it will be start, which it starts from top. This is the column. The same thing you can use for row. For row, let me show you. You can have a row here, and row also accepts the array of widgets, and here we can have a text. And when you hit on save, here you can see that the hello is printed in a row. And also we'll do something called cross axis alignment dot center. Sorry, this is main axis alignment. Main axis alignment dot center, and here you can see the row starts from center. Also you can do space evenly, where it the the widget split maintains the space, the margin between each other with the available. You can see there is the space, the available layout space has been shared by the three widgets evenly. Also there is an option called space between. You can see there is a space between all the widgets. So by this you can have you can use a column inside a column, row inside a row, however you want. It's just a widget. Everything is widget in Flutter. So also, as we covered the you know the column and the uh, column and the row, uh, I guess we have covered the basic stuffs. Also, you can find everything related to here. And the main website which you should check is Code Labs or Code Labs. Here, under a Flutter section, you can try out the hands-on labs uh, along with the map, Google Maps, with the ads. These are the set of newly updated code labs are here. This will be very much useful if you want to develop. Uh, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice talk, Mr. Akshay, and yeah, let's see on the next event, guys. I will update the what the topic of the next event. Yeah, okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.